Imagine you're driving down the road and you need to brake suddenly. You press down on the brake pedal, but the car doesn't stop in a straight line. Instead, it starts to pull to one side. This is called brake pull. Your brakes are one of the most important safety features on your car. They allow you to stop quickly and safely, which can help you avoid accidents. However, if your brakes start to pull to one side, it can be a serious safety hazard. There are a number of different reasons why your brakes might pull. Some of the most common causes include 1. Stuck or frozen brake pistons, rear disc piston, rear wheel cylinder. Your brake pistons are responsible for pushing the brake pads against the rotors, which is what slows down your car. If a brake piston becomes stuck or frozen, it can cause the brakes on one side of the car to apply more pressure than the brakes on the other side. This can lead to brake pull, which is when your car pulls to one side when you brake. There are a few things that can cause a brake piston to become stuck or frozen. One possibility is that the piston has become corroded or damaged. Another possibility is that the brake fluid has become contaminated or low. If the brake fluid level is low, it can cause the pistons to drag, which can lead to them becoming stuck or frozen. In addition to brake pistons, wheel cylinders can also become stuck or frozen. Wheel cylinders are the part of the brake system that pressurizes the brake fluid and applies the brakes. If a wheel cylinder becomes stuck or frozen, it can cause the brakes on one side of the car to apply more pressure than the brakes on the other side. This can also lead to brake pull. The symptoms of a stuck or frozen wheel cylinder are similar to those of a stuck or frozen brake piston. If you notice that your car is pulling to one side when you brake, it's important to have your brakes checked by a mechanic as soon as possible. They can diagnose the cause of the pull and recommend the best course of action. 2. Oily, cracked, or distorted brake pads. Your brake pads are responsible for slowing your car down by applying pressure to the rotors. If your brake pads become oily, cracked, or distorted, they can cause the brakes on one side of the car to apply more pressure than the brakes on the other side. This can lead to brake pull, which is when your car pulls to one side when you brake. There are a few things that can cause brake pads to become oily, cracked, or distorted. One possibility is that the pads have been exposed to oil or other contaminants. Another possibility is that the pads have been worn down too far. If the pads are worn down too far, they can become distorted and start to apply uneven pressure to the rotors. In some cases, the pull may be minor and can be corrected by simply replacing the brake pads. However, in other cases, the pull may be more serious and may require replacing the rotors or calipers. In addition to the above, here are some specific symptoms that you may experience if your brake pads are oily, cracked, or distorted. A grinding noise when you brake. A pulsing sensation in the brake pedal. Your car pulls to one side when you brake. 3. Front rotor disc or maybe the rear rotor disc scored. Rotors can become scored for a number of reasons. One possibility is that the pads have been worn down too far. If the pads are worn down too far, they can start to grind against the rotors, which can cause scoring. Another possibility is that the rotors have been exposed to contaminants, such as road salt or brake fluid. These contaminants can cause the rotors to rust and score. In addition to the above, here are some specific symptoms that you may experience if your brake rotors are scored. A grinding noise when you brake. A pulsing sensation in the brake pedal. Your car pulls to one side when you brake. Here are some additional things to keep in mind. If you notice that your brakes are pulling, do not ignore it. This could be a sign of a serious problem that could lead to an accident. If you have your brakes inspected, be sure to ask the mechanic to check for a pull. This is often overlooked, but it is important to catch any problems early. If you need to replace your brake pads, rotors, or calipers, be sure to purchase high-quality parts. This will help to ensure that your brakes last for a long time and that they operate properly. By following these tips, you can help to keep your brakes in good condition and prevent them from pulling. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new about cars and how to keep them in good condition. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I'll be sure to answer them as soon as I can. To learn more about car maintenance and repair, please subscribe to my channel, Magnificent Mechanic. I post new videos every week and I always try to cover a variety of topics. So whether you're a beginner or not, you're sure to find something useful on my channel. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.